like you a lot, but you gotta step up.
Hey guys, welcome to the Daisy Dates podcast, where we talk all things situationships, mindset, and even a little bit of heartbreak as well. I'm Daisy.
And I'm Sharnee.
And today's episode is all about meeting people in real life.
Woo!
Do you feel that way?
I don't think I feel as strongly as you do about meeting people in real life. I don't think I'm bothered about either way.
I don't mind where I meet them, but I am bored to death of scrolling on boys' photos that are like 6 years old. No, not the boys, their photos. Oh my God.
That's a different dating site I've never heard of in my life.
The photos are always so old. And you're like, come on, dude. So actually, I was out with a guy friend yesterday and some of the girls, and it was such a beautiful setting. You know, these May summer nights are lovely. And I said, let me take a photo of you, just casual, candid, as a guy, because guys never get good photos. So I'm going to be the girl that's going to give you a good photo of your dating profile. So that was that. But when it comes to meeting people in real life, the big question is, how do we do it now? Because people are relying on apps.
Yeah, no, I think that for me, it's less putting yourself in, like, going out of your way, because I'm busy, to join a group or join a club or go to a dance class. It's more about getting outside your comfort zone. If you see someone when you're out at a coffee shop, at a club, at a bar, at a restaurant, and you think they're fit, approaching them or starting talking to them and making sure you're putting yourself out there so you don't go home and regret it.
And you know what I learned at the weekend, Shan? When you go up to someone, always do it, because if I didn't go up to this guy, right, I would have regretted it. But once you get to hear them open their mouth, normally it puts you off anyway. Yeah. And then you're like, great, weren't missing out.
That wasn't the love story I thought it was going to be.
Oh, God.
Why?
So I went up to him and he was quite drunk. It was, 5 p.m. on Saturday, lovely weather. And he's dancing, so he's a little bit cheeky, and he's with a load of lads, but there's one girl, and suddenly she can see me and my mate like looking over. She comes over and I'm thinking, oh no, she's a girlfriend of one of them, isn't she? And she's like, hi girls, can I sit with you? And I'm like, oh, she's lovely. I was like, oh, you're right. She was like, yeah, I saw you looking at. I was like, oh, sorry, are they single? She was like, I'll tell you what ones are single, yeah, so-and-so, so-and-so. And I was like, great. She was like, I'll set you up. And she was literally wingmanging me. They were all electricians, and she was an electrician. The girliest girl, love it.
Love that for her.
Yeah, I know, but she was like, I just work with loads of men, I'm just going to sit with you because I want to work doing your girls. So we all sat together, she wingmanned, he came over, very cheeky. He was a bit older than I go for. So I've said before, I like people my age. He was 42.
Oh my God, I just nearly spat a drink out that I didn't even have in my mouth. 42! It's nearly my mum's age.
Not ideal, but
No.
looked great. I was thinking he was 34. Looked great.
Okay.
So I'm like talking to him, right? And he's got banter. I'm like, oh, have you got any kids? And he's like, yeah, one that's 14.
I was going to say 4, that's it. He's 42. 14.
But he had us howling just because of like his delivery, and everything was great. Anyway, so I like exchanged numbers, and he's like, yeah, I'll give you a text. There's like an 18th birthday going on in the corner, right? They're definitely 12. Like the bar definitely just accepted a rich dad's payment for this party because they were not 18. There was no way they were 18. Suddenly, like give it an hour, he's grooving on over, checking out the girls that must be only 12
He's
years
on that 6-year-old dating app thing.
I literally said, mate, nah, do not text me. Like, that is not right. That's not right. He had a 23-year-old friend, and I was like, yeah, he can go over there.
Basically a 23-year-old child.
Yeah. I was like, no way. Don't come anywhere near me. And then I thought, that is such an ick that a 42-year-old wants to be hitting on what he thinks are 18-year-olds. And even if they were 18.
Still weird.
Still weird. And I was like, you're a loser, and I've got loads going for me. Bye. And this is what, you know what? I recommend going up to a guy that you fancy, because 9.5 times out of 10, they'll give you the ick anyway by their behaviour.
Yeah, I don't know if I've told you this story. I don't know if I've seen you since, but I went out 2 weekends ago and this boy was talking to me in a bar and I did not fancy him. I was at this bar that I hate. It's not Pop World, basically, and I hate it. And he was like, you're beautiful, you know. Also, listen to this backhanded compliment he gave me. He went, you're beautiful, you know. I went, thank you. He was like, you're really beautiful. And I was like, thanks. He was like, see, I can't be racist because I said you're beautiful. And I was like, okay, so am I beautiful because am I beautiful so that you're not racist, or am I just beautiful? I was like, no, you are beautiful as well. He's like, your smile's beautiful. I was like, thank you. And as he's saying this girl comes up and she's going, Mamma mia, here we go. And he looked at me to say, how annoying is she? And I looked at him to say, well, she's really drunk. My friend comes over and she goes, that's his girlfriend, you know.
Oh, right.
About the girl singing Mamma Mia.
Hilarious.
I was like, right, okay. So my friend went, he's just been chatting up my friend. And I was like, oh, God, don't. I'm embarrassed. Like, I don't want to be involved in this.
Yeah.
Them two started having a screaming match. You're not staying at mine tonight, chatting up other women. I was like, oh, my God, let the world swallow me up. Because I didn't even like him. He gets chucked out. She then starts speaking to us, still shouting at him through the gates. She then gets kicked out and she says, nice to meet you to my friend. Nice to meet you to the other friend. And then she went, and you're shit. To me, and then walked off.
Oh no, babe. Oh no, I don't.
So what did I do?
Gotta be a girl's girl. You weren't to know.
I didn't even say anything. I wouldn't have even told you. I was what?
I love that the girl was all like, Mamma mia, here we go again. You're cheating on me again.
Yeah. And like, her boyfriend's looking at me like, God, this girl's annoying. Gotta go home and sleep.
Horrendous. As if people are even doing that in front of their girlfriends.
Which
now.
is why,
what is
like,
going on?
for me, dating in real life, like, it just doesn't even seem that much better than dating on the apps. It can just be as exhausting.
Yeah, that's totally fair enough. For me, I find meeting in real life potentially means you've got more common from the get-go.
Mm-hmm. And you can realise whether you have something in common, whether it could potentially go somewhere.
If that aura is there immediately. So people often say, like, Daisy, you go for sporty men. So you need to be going to like the cricket grounds in the summer and like rugby matches. And as a first thing, I'm like, that sounds really boring. But actually, I've been on work dues at both the cricket and the rugby. So much fun for a social little day out. Have you ever been?
No.
Would you?
Can't stand cricket.
Would you go for the social though?
If it was maybe football.
Okay, yeah, because like where you sit, I guess it's a bit like football, but with cricket, how you sit and the stand.
Have you got to watch cricket?
No, it's so like there's food trucks, there's drink trucks, everyone's up and down wandering around. Very sociable.
We've got a huge cricket ground by me too. Like a massive cricket ground by me. Edgbaston cricket ground.
It's sociable in the summer. Because of the way the seats are, it's just sit where you want.
Okay.
So you don't buy seats to sit.
I don't like sporty men though.
No.
It's not going to help me, is it? Unless they've got a computer out there, what's there?
So where do you need to go? You need to hang outside Google or something?
Google, the library, Starbucks, like somewhere like that, really.
Do you ever think, oh, if we go here, we might put ourselves out there to meet a different type of man or...
Yeah, when I was, I saw that Fit Boy in Manchester. That was the first time we've ever done it, where me and my single friend both said, let's go somewhere different, where it's a bit fancier, and it's a classy people go, and we put ourselves out there. But that's probably the first time ever. Before that, it was just Albert Schloss every weekend.
Yeah. Love it of Albert's. But it's true, because me and my friends have been better at this now. Like, we're thinking of places, and we've been saying maybe we go out more in London. But the realistic thing is, are we actually going to we can meet in central London, that's fine. But if they live like South London, am I going to be travelling?
Yeah, because one of your things is not to do long distance again.
Exactly. So we've picked a little place that's kind of villagey, but a town, and it's good clientele.
You liked Birmingham?
I did like Birmingham.
It's only an hour away.
Yeah, I need to come for a little night out in Birmingham.
I think they're ugly in Birmingham, but...
I like Birmingham. I met the guy I gave my number to at the weekend was from Solihull.
Oh, that's why he was funny. We're funny in Birmingham.
That's true. That is true.
He's got a sense of humour in Birmingham.
Yeah, got to make up for the accent.
And he's from the posh bit too. Yeah, no, true. That's actually why we are funny. When you have an accent like this, you've got to be comedic. And then you hemorrhage, do you know what I mean?
Oh, gosh. No, but we're trying to actively go to places and put ourselves in places where it's going to be better, newer people, because I think that is important for me to just try and meet someone fresh in real life.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know if I'd want to meet somebody at a bar either.
Well, that's the thing, when he was very drunk and it was a bit like, oh, are you even going to text me in the morning? It can feel like a waste of time.
Did he text you in the morning?
No, it's told him not to.
Oh, you actually said don't do it?
Yeah, I went up to him and Lauren, the lovely girl that we met, his mate, was like, don't you dare text her. She's too good for that.
Oh, right, okay.
I love it. She was great.
Oh, she sounded great.
We got her number.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she's coming out with us next week.
Oh, amazing.
This is what happens,
You
Sean.
can make friends or love.
I meet new friends all of the time that I just click with, mainly females, you just click and you're like, yes, you can join our gang. That's literally what we did. Me and you did that really, didn't we? We're like, yes.
Yeah.
Why is that not happening in romantic partners?
Yeah, I don't even think it's about meeting in real life. I think it's more about like the problem between men and women at the moment.
Right. Which is?
They don't want to approach us.
Yeah. So it's up to the girl, I think, really. How would you approach someone?
Very smooth. I would never go in and say, hey, are you single? Ever in a million years. Even when I'm the most secure girl ever, I'm still not doing it. Never.
That's a dig, by the way, guys.
That's a dig at Daisy, okay? I go, hi.
Oh, so much better than are you single?
What, you drinking? Or sometimes I just go straight in for the kiss with no talking.
Wait, so many questions.
Before I kissed the fit Manchester boy, I've been kissing someone on the dance floor, didn't say a word to him before or after.
So you just went up to him,
Looked him in the eyes.
both touched lips, then walked away.
We kissed a few times. Apparently, I was doing an over shoulder kiss while we were dancing, and then we just walked away. Yeah, then I found the tall boy.
Way better. So it was just in the eye contact then that you just knew you were going to both.
I just
kiss
look
each
at them
other?
and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to give you a snog.
Really?
Yeah, because then if you snog, you both said that you're attracted to each other, and then if you talk afterwards, great.
What if he was looking at you? You went up and kissed him, but he wasn't single.
That's never happened.
Like, what if his girlfriend was partying next to him?
No, because he wouldn't have given me the intense eye contact.
Are you joking? Someone was literally looking me up and down the other day, and I went up to him and was like, oh, hi, you single? He was like, nah, I got a girlfriend.
No, but I'm doing like sexy dancing, intense eye contact. Like it's lasting a good 40 seconds.
I see.
And if a girl was watching that, she'd be like, excuse me.
Right.
I kiss that very quickly on. I don't need to know that much about them other than that they're good looking, and then I'll just
Oh,
kiss them.
yeah.
And then we're going to talk then because we just kissed. That one we didn't talk for some reason. I think it's because I wanted the tall boy. But yeah, that's probably my best approach.
This is very strange because you think that it's like
Forwards.
so out there to go up and say to someone, are you single? But then you will just go up to them and snog, make it make sense.
Because I don't like rejection. Are you single gives a, no, that's a rejection. Kissing, he's just kissed me. So what am I going to, he fancies me at least. Warped.
No is a fact. It's not a rejection.
Not to Meg.
Hello.
A rejection is a phobia for
I
me.
might try your approach. I think that's better.
I mean, I think it's better too because at least you know they fancy you.
And you get more kisses.
You get more kisses and it's an icebreaker. You ever heard of an icebreaker? Kissing.
I love it.
Yep. Kiss them all in Ocean Beach. I had to try them all. No, I didn't kiss them all in Ocean Beach. I didn't kiss them all. I kissed 3.
Well, how much space do you leave between? Like, do they see each other?
Yeah, well, the 2 of them were in the same friendship group.
Good.
And it makes me sound awful, but listen, I'm living my best single life. And I got with one of them the night before, and then I was kissing him the next day. But I really fancied his friend. He's a proper geeky, tall friend. And I was like, I really fancy him. So I went over, I was like, I fancy you, but you didn't like give me any attention last night. So I'll give you some attention now. So we snogged.
Love it. Love that.
And then his friend was watching. So I went over to his friend and was like, you're not talking to me now. I was like, no, I'm in a mood, obviously, because you just kissed my friend. I was like, don't be like that. And then snogged him again too.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, he'd forgive me pretty quick.
You are like a puppeteer going round. Like, I'm just imagining you being like, I'm going to kiss your friend and then I'm going to go back and kiss you and annoy you, but just prove to myself that you'll still kiss me back.
She's getting me. That's exactly what it is.
You're puppeteering.
That's exactly what it is. And my clients are going, Sharnee, enough. Stop kissing people now.
You know what? Mate, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
So you, again, you didn't say, I'm single. You just went up and went, I fancy you.
Yeah.
That's way more ballsy. Because he could still reject you and say, oh, okay.
Well, I'd already put myself out for the rejection because I said, I fancied you last night and you wasn't giving me the attention. So I'd already, I'm already like putting the rejection out there. So now you can't reject me because I've just said that you've rejected me. So what are you going to do? Say you reject me again? So you might as well just kiss me now.
Hilarious. The main thing why people don't go up to people would be because of rejection.
Yeah.
So a guy was talking to me over the weekend, as in a guy friend, that was saying the reason we don't do it is because the rejection is so hard. But I was like, well, surely the rejection on the dating apps is more because more people are
I think that's
to you.
why they're finding it so hard.
Right.
They're getting rejected on dating apps constantly. So in real life, if they can't deal with it on dating apps, it must feel so much worse in real life. Also, they don't want to be creepy. That's a lot of the reason. They don't want to look creepy because of how society is today. You've got to be very careful with consent.
100%, which is really important, of course. But then I think it's a really important time to also tell right, let's talk about the approach for that reason, because a woman being approached, you need to let a guy know that they're welcome in your space. Because that's what I was talking to a guy friend about. He said a girl had been giving him the eye. He went up to her and she was like, no, go away. And I was like, it's really unkind. So if you want a guy to come up to you, let him know that they're welcome. Hopefully they'll get that and come over. Then when they come over, if they use a bit of a rubbish line or they just say something a bit rubbish, just give them a chance. It takes a lot of let's not say balls. It takes a lot of like courage though.
Yeah, courage.
To go up to someone. When I do it and I present in rooms full of people, when I big myself up to go up to someone, my whole body is taken over with like a bit of anxiety and I get a bit shaky. You have to appreciate the courage of going up to someone. And I think if you want to be meeting people in real life, you have to be open to your own body language. If you see a fit guy in the corner, I sit on a table where they're going to be in a space where they could approach me. I'm not going to sit all the way in the corner in the bar.
Smile.
And
Like
look approachable.
When they do approach you, if you feel like, oh, actually, that he's not my type now, he's up close, or oh, I didn't like what he said, or whatever, just be kind, because, I mean, let's face it, this year, more women at 30 are don't have children than do. We need to populate the earth, and men and women are getting so far apart. We need to come together. Women are literally not having children anymore because of how far apart we are with men. Be kinder. It's not hard to give them a smile or say no thank you, or just have a chat with them, or it's not hard. Like, I wouldn't want to approach women in this day and age.
Yeah, and also we're creating a world where, the stats are so high now for men being lonelier. And then
they're so lonely, literally not having any sex with anybody at all, and I'm not saying they have to, but this is not good for mental health, for their relationships, for the future of human beings. It's not good. This is not good, and we're not helping. Men aren't helping. We're not helping.
But that's why it's important to encourage, like, we all just need to be open to each other again. A guy needs to stop feeling like I'm going to be a creep if I go up to her. If you are a good guy that isn't creepy and doesn't do creepy things, you're not going to be a creep. If you approach it as a nice guy, give the space. Hi, I saw you over there. You looked really nice. Don't go up to someone and say, I love your bum in that dress, because immediately it's going to get a bit
creepy.
defensive. And I've had a guy come up to me and go, you're very short and chunky, aren't you?
Yes, you told me.
Well, I threw my drink over him. He went, he didn't warm me up nicely. Eventually, his mates were like, mate, he really fancied you and you shouldn't have thrown the drink. He was just chatting you up. That ain't the way to do it. Don't insult a girl. It's a backhanded compliment. That's actually called negging.
Yeah.
Which would be a different episode, because that's quite a common way for guys to feel like they need to hit on a girl. Negging, but that isn't the way. We need compliments. If I go up to a guy, I would go in with, are you single? But I'd be like, I said to this guy, you look really nice. I just wondered if you're single.
Yeah. And I had the same. This boy was chatting up my friend Chloe, chatting her up. And then she walked off and started speaking to somebody else. And he said, well, I'll take you on a date then. Oh, well, thanks. Oh, great. I can't wait. Let's go on a date. Sloppy seconds. Like, geez. At least be a bit of a gentleman. I mean, I would have said no regardless, but come on, you're just chatting anybody up.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Creepy.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's creepy. So it's 100% in the body language. And I feel like I'm quite good at letting people know they're welcome in my space, because this group of lads kind of gravitated to our table then. And in the end, we all were just having a laugh. It wasn't about numbers. It was just about, you know what, me and my friends are like, it's just nice to enjoy nice male company. It's not about we need to be hit on. It's just, back in the day, even, like when I was 18, 20, or even our parents' generation, you'd just go to the pub and you'd just meet the table next to you and all end up chatting. That's like lost now.
Do you think it's because boys are more lonely now, that social skills it's just not as easy for them to socialise, because they probably socialise with a lot of their friends online, playing games through earphones, and they're spending a lot of time statistically on their own. The boy that I dated recently said to me, I spend a lot of time on my own. He's like, I spend a lot of time on my own, which I think is why he thought I was overly busy, because he was always on his own. It must now be hard to then come out into the big wide world, have to speak to the opposite sex, when you don't have that much interaction on a daily basis.
And this is where I think it is harder for guys generally, because for me, I do things like, I go on this women's walk, which happens like every other Sunday in my county. I have a friend that goes to a book club that is like for women only, because yesterday we were all at the table and my guy friend goes, I want to come to a book club because I've published a book. And she's like, oh, it's for females only, and actually we're only reading female authors at the minute. I was like, the rule at the minute that people have made. And I'm like, there are lots of things where we're inviting women in, which is great, but also we need to empower men too. So I think if you made an all-men book club, it wouldn't work. So really, we need mixed book clubs, because the one or two men that might come along to that then has a potential to meet a girl that's also into reading. Likewise, let's mix up a wellness walk. And I understand if you want to keep gender separate for certain things. Like I go on the wellness walk to meet really nice girl mates. But sometimes it would be nice if a few lads were there. I just enjoy lad company, and I don't get enough of it because I'm surrounded by so many women. And I think just sometimes the dynamic is nice to be, obviously, just mixing with anyone and everyone. It doesn't need to be about like gender. And that's where I think it's hard, because males don't tend to make male-only groups. So where I've met so many friends, even in the last year, gosh, a lot of my close friends are newer friends. Men can't, it's harder for men to go out and seek these groups to find people, again, without feeling like a creep. So when I lived in Leeds, I joined like the meet-up groups, which are all over the UK, would recommend. And there were lots of guys there turning up on their own as well as women. But I did find I found for them, it was harder for them to gel in a group. Whereas as a girl, two girls, you know, oh, I like your dress. Oh, how are you? You just click. I think it's harder for men to come into a group, especially if it's predominantly women, and feel comfortable. And, you know, even if they're there to just make a friend, it's hard to, you know, ensure that I'm a safe guy, I'm an ally, like I'm not, you know, I just want to be here for friends. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't think I ever would have thought I'd seen a time that like it must be hard to be a young man.
Yeah.
Especially a single young man.
Yeah, because they're just not, you can't put yourself in as much situations. So if I saw guys can go pub on their own, and they tend to, like football's on, but then still, would a group of lads talk to them, be like, mate, come and sit with us? No, they wouldn't. Whereas I saw, we were all having a picnic the other day, there was a girl sat on her own. I was like, you can join us if you want. Like, girls kind of do that a little bit more. So I can see how it's harder for men to create the friendship groups like women can.
100%.
So a painless way to go up to someone that I've discovered. You're going to hate this. You're going to be like, Daisy, what are
I
you
hate
doing?
it already.
Yeah. I just give my card to them.
Right, I've got...
What the ick?
Like, if a boy handed me his card, I'd be like, boy, have I got your card now?
Because it's my number on it.
Yeah, but I walk around, I have my business card on an electronic thing. You scan my code and you get my Instagram.
Yeah.
Go straight to my Instagram, but I
Yeah.
won't give it to a boy.
It's just my number. I'm
It's
just like... here
too
you go.
professional.
It is too professional, and I'm a very professional gal.
But that's what you're showing, is that your work is life. So if you want to contact me, we go as if we're work colleagues.
See, I'm just like, there's my number. You know what? For me, it saves all the. I'm going to write my number down in my phone, 0712, and one of you having to type it in.
Just give them your phone and they'll put the number in.
Oh, it's just awkward.
What's your Instagram? Get your friend to do it for you.
How do you think that comes across as childish, getting your friend to do it for you?
I did it with the Manchester boy and he carried on speaking to me.
So what, you sent your friend first?
This was after I kissed him. This is how bad my rejection phobia is, right? I've kissed him all night, we've spoken all night, and then my friends were leaving, so we went downstairs and I was like, bye. And then it turns out we wasn't leaving. So I said to my friend, please go back up there and get his number. And she was like, you get it? I was like, no, just in case he says he doesn't like me. He's literally been kissing you all night, Sharn. That's how bad my rejection is. So she went up and he was like, why are you doing it? And she was like, oh, she's outside. And then he came back down and we kissed some more downstairs.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm like so scared not being rejected. I'm just like, you're either the one or you're not. I'm like, are you single, yes or no? And here's my card.
I really don't like the business cards. It's too professional.
To be honest, they're so expensive. I need to stop giving them out.
And one, they're expensive. Get an electronic one, get them to scan it. Two, you're a voice actor. You've got the voice of a presenter, and then you're going, here's my business card. It's all too professional.
Okay, it's all too much, I hear.
Do you have a
you're
lanyard on when you do it?
Oh my gosh.
You might as well have.
You know what? Did you ever see? Did you ever see the TikTok trend where it's just you can go around and stamp a guy your number?
That's better.
Unreal.
That's banter. Where can I get one of those?
Oh, online?
That's banter. I might get one of those.
Really?
Do that.
So at festivals, you just stamp the number.
That's way funnier
I
than
think
a
it's
business
hilarious.
card. Yours is like 50-year-old version of that stamp.
Fair enough. I have really lovely business cards as well, so I always feel like they're a bit intimidating because they're like, whoa, glossy pink voiceover presenter.
I mean, they'll remember you because I'm sure other people aren't giving up their business cards. But get the stamp. Get the stamp.
I'm going to get the stamp.
I might get the stamp.
Should we get the stamp?
Should we get the stamp?
And then report back?
And then we'll report back. Oh my God, can you imagine the amount of kisses I'll get if I give out that stamp?
Maybe I'll start getting kissed if I give out the stamp.
If I would have had that stamp at Ocean Beach, oh my goodness, everyone would have been stamped. Kisses on the face, stamps on the hand.
Was it a good calibre of men?
It was just that one team that I was sitting next to, really. And one other boy.
Okay. And this is what I want to say is if you are struggling to meet people in real life, put yourself in environments where you're going to meet different types of people. If you do like a sporty guy, be in the audience of a sports match. If you do like, I don't know, someone that's going to be into gaming, go to you can get gaming expos at like the NEC and stuff. Find the stuff. If you're into comedy, loads of comedy nights. You do need to, if you actually want to meet someone, I'm not saying about tempting fate, but if you put yourself out there into different places.
It's a really good advice for men. I feel like girls put themselves in a lot of places anyway.
I agree.
Maybe we just need the men to get out a little bit more and out the comfort zone and be places because women are out there looking.
Yeah.
We just can't find the men.
And I think that's true. Like every time I'm out and about in loads of places, but the men ain't there. I'm meeting lovely girl new friends, but there's no single 30-year-old guys out. So where are you all? I do believe they're at home or they're having barbecues at home with all their married mates. And that's the thing. I think, I had a friend that said I had to have a conversation with my mates, like, lads, I'm single and I need to meet someone. We need to go out for me, if not anything else. And I was like, yeah, true, actually, we need to. Because it is a thing. Like I say to my friends, can we not stay in and have a curry again? I actually want to go out and see if we can meet someone here.
I think that's really good advice for men.
And if you're thinking, well, it doesn't only have to be clubs and going out, maybe you're sober. So what would you do? Maybe working co-working spaces, or there's a lot of sober events now, to be fair, it's for women. But recently there was a big rave event at a massive rave venue in London for sober women. But this is another thing. We need to start trying to invite men back into our spaces, I guess. This is what, if you've got a company that can do that, that's what we want. We can't keep, everything now is this is for women, this for women, this for women. I get why we're doing it, to create these safe spaces, but it's also important to ensure that we allow men to be able to start these hobbies and do these things.
Women have got to a point where we are independent, we're enjoying our lives, we are seen as high value, statistically we earn more money, statistically we do better at university. There's got to be a way that we can stay up here but bring the men up as well.
Yeah.
To make them feel better so that we can all find more partners.
Yeah, so we can find each other
You know what I mean?
on a night out. Like single 30-ish-year-old men, where are you at? Get yourselves out there, drag the lads out with you. Sharn, finale question, how confident out of 10 are you at going up to someone in real life, approaching them?
I'd say good. Depends on how I look on the day, but I'd say sober is different to, because you're probably still a 10 sober and a 10 drunk. I'm probably like a 4 sober and like a 9 drunk.
Love it. I want both parties. So I would say 10 sober. Sorry, 10 drunk, 8 sober. Because that bit of encouragement gets to me. But actually, I've went up to 4 guys in real life recently, all taken, or they've shown themselves up and I've been like, no, you're not the one anyway. So that's also, I'd recommend doing that, because you get to know the person. You don't go home thinking, oh, I should have asked him. Because if they've got a girlfriend, then you're not losing anything anyway. At least you ask. You're not going to go home and think, oh.
Or you're rejected. They've got a girlfriend, literally has nothing to do with me. Oh, he rejected me.
You know what? Rejection is part of dating, and I'd rather be rejected in real life than through a screen when I'm on my own in bed feeling more rubbish anyway. All right? Let's get out there and approach people safely, calmly, and nicely.
And men, come outside.
Come join us.
We're here.
Be more sociable. Thank you for listening. All about meeting people in real life. You know what? Get in touch. Let us know the last time that you approached someone or was approached, and how you were approached as well. Tell us different approaches. I hope we've given you some helpful advice today, particularly men that do always ask, like, how should I be approaching women then?
And you've got 2 different women's views here. Very different.
Very different. You can follow us on Daisy Dates Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and after I've been telling you to invite men in. We do have a Facebook group, Daisy Dates, that is just for women, just to create a safe space there. However, men, you're welcome everywhere else. Everyone is. And you can follow us on Amazon, Google, Spotify and YouTube.
And we will see you next week. Bye.